Hey everyone, welcome back to our final part of my Diablo 2 full playthrough. Again, for anybody just joining for the first time for some reason, this is version 1.0 from the retail release from back in the day. Played on real retro PC hardware. You should probably check out parts 1, 2, or 3 before watching this one, if you haven't watched them yet, but I digress. But yeah, we're going to be on Act 4. In Hell itself. Now, from what I recall, this is not as long as the previous chapters. Crossing my fingers anyway. I recall it being shorter, so hopefully this won't be a 5-hour stream or 5 or 6 hour long stream. I see Freddy's out there already. He goes, fresh meat. Nice one, Freddy. Glad to see you out there again, man. Freddy's been keeping me company over the course of this playthrough. But yeah, let's go ahead and just jump right into it. You are a level 24 paladin. And for anybody out there lurking, let me know that all the audio and stuff is working fine. But yeah, we got a couple story beats here to go through, and so I'll do that first.
It is good to see you again, hero. Mephisto's defeat is a great victory for the light. I knew that you would eventually find your way here. The Pandemonium Fortress is the last bastion of heaven's power before the gates of the burning hells. This place has been hallowed by the blood of thousands of champions of the light, many of whom were mortal, like yourself. Now, the final battle against the prime evils draws near. You must face it alone. I have been forbidden to aid you directly, save for a few bits of wisdom. For this is the hour of mortal man's triumph. Your triumph. May the light protect you and the powers of heaven shine upon your path.
Alright.
There is a dark, tortured soul who was trapped within this forsaken realm long ago. He was called Iswal by mortal men. And in ages past, he was my most trusted lieutenant. Yet, against my wishes, he led an ill-fated assault upon the fiery Hellforge itself. Despite his valor and strength, Iswal was captured by the prime evils and twisted by their perverse powers. They forced him to betray his own kind and give up heaven's most guarded secrets. He became a corrupt shadow of his former self, a fallen angel, trusted neither by heaven nor hell. For his transgressions, Iswal's spirit was bound within the form of a terrible creature, which was summoned from the abyss. His maddened spirit has resided within that tortured husk for many ages now. It seems to me that he has suffered long enough. I implore you, hero, find Iswal and release him from his cruel imprisonment. Put an end to his guilt and suffering.
Alright, so what he was just talking about was a character that we have to kill. So he's going to be one of our first little mini-bosses. But as you can see, there's only 3 quest lines here on Chapter 4, which is a big reason why it is shorter than the other ones. There's only, I think, maybe 3 or 4 different areas we go to in this this act, as opposed to, like, the wider variety of places you go to in some of the earlier ones. Yeah, I see Butch Weems out there. He says, "Hey Austin, the audio sounds good." Awesome, thank you very much. Much appreciated. Let's go ahead and talk to Deckard Cain. Looks like he's got nothing for me. But yeah, this is the Pandemonium Fortress. This is our last little hub. And I got another two-handed sword here. Very fast attack speed with sockets on it. Wonder if that's something I want to hold on to. I still have my Stormthirst Great Axe. Hey, John Smith, welcome back. What I'm going to do is actually drop that sword here. And I'm going to drop this out in the open too. That way I can use the Horagic Cube to store stuff. For anyone just kind of jumping in, if you haven't watched the previous playthroughs, we basically have been using Might and Zeal. Zeal is my left-hand attack. It's a special attack that allows me to do rapid damage with multiple, hit succession. And then Might basically boosts my base attack damage percentage. And so we've got it up quite high. And that's how we've been playing basically this entire run. Now my stamina does not seem to want to last very long. which got a little frustrating yesterday, and so, you know, we're going to be having to constantly, you know, replenish that. Yeah, this place also allows us to purchase full-size potions. They're a lot more expensive than the other ones, but you know what I'm going to do is gonna go ahead and just buy a bunch of the big ones, the biggest ones. You know what I should do is actually, yeah, that's actually not wise. Here, I should have actually held on to those, but that's okay. I was gonna say hold on to the smaller ones and use those to make rejuvenation potions, which I have on the right here, so it's okay, not a big deal. Let's see what the gambling options are. Alright, nothing special right now. I've only got $43,000 in cash right now, so we'll wait until we gamble later. My durability should be perfect on everything. I think I repaired everything before coming here. Miscellaneous items. Man, so that only that one person will sell me stamina potions. That's a bummer. Oh, we glitched out. This happens occasionally. It only happened once or twice in the last playthrough, but we can just Alt-Tab out. For anybody wondering, this is, again, real hardware. We're running Windows 98 on a 2000s era machine with an Athlon XP 3000 plus CPU. And a little too much RAM. I should probably lower the RAM limit, or how much RAM I have in this system. Windows 98 can get a little fickle. Okay, if you have too much RAM, I meant. Alrighty. So let's go ahead and just push forward. Hey, listen to Motorhead, welcome back. Butch says, I never saw version 1.0 of Diablo 2. This is cool. I can't believe how limited your stash is. Yeah, there's so many limitations compared to the expansion. So many quality of life improvements in the later versions of the game. All right, unfortunately, we're going to have a lot of monsters that like to drain my mana. So I might not end up using Zeal all that much. And enemies are definitely a little more dangerous here, so I definitely have to play it a little bit safer. Yeah, they're hitting quite a bit harder, too. Man, the gold is... Oh, that's right. These are, like, unique enemies, so... Yeah, they always drop. The ones with the blue titles on their health bars, they always drop a lot more money than other enemies. I see something on my map, like there's a shrine. Oh, I guess that was technically the shrine. It doesn't look like a shrine, but we are in hell, so... I guess things aren't going to look how they have over the course of the playthrough so far. Yeah, you should do that, Butch. It is pretty fun. You know, I always thought if you wanted to do melee, you should probably just do, the Berserker or whatever, but, like, the Paladin with Zeal is pretty good. Yeah, so this is my second full playthrough of the game. I beat it for the first time, literally a week ago. And every time I've tried playing Diablo 2 previously, I always played as the Paladin, just because I played a lot of Diablo 1, which, you know, you had a warrior, And the Paladin was about as close to that as you would get. So I always wanted to finish the game with this character. But, yeah, I found out he's actually pretty decent if you upgrade certain things. Doing Zeal seems, like a pretty decent strategy. Yeah, yet another huge, wide open area.
I am overburdened.
This is a true story. Thankfully, there's not as much running around in this hub. That Area 3 hub was just awful, having to constantly just run back and forth.
What do you need?
The guy with stamina potions was on one side of the map. See, I don't think I really want to be messing around with two-handed weapons right now, because I don't know. I'll drop this one up top, just like the other ones. Okay, let's go ahead and repair. Oh, let me see what she's got. 3 stamina potions, okay. Yeah, the reason I'm kind of holding on to these is because, like, they are socketed. And, you know, I've got quite a few gems. I mean, it's possible I might be able to make, like, a really solid two-handed weapon. But the problem is, like, you know, I like having my shield. It's got some decent perks. Yeah, I'm trying to make some rejuve potions, which makes my life easier. I'd like to have as many of those as possible when I get to Diablo later on. Oh, let's check out my stash. Alright, so... okay. Adds cold damage. I could do multiple cold damage perks. That is if I want to switch over to a two-handed weapon. Yeah, exactly. Act 3, the blacksmith is on, like, the southeast part of the map. Yep, you need the stamina potions. You gotta walk up to the northeast. It's like, come on, man. Whereas on every previous hub, they were all in, like, the same spot. Hey, watch out, Milo. I got a cat trying to get on top of my keyboard in front of my screen. Not now, Milo. I'm trying to play. We gotta finish this playthrough. I really need to start busting out a webcam. Alright. I just realized I've got rejuve potions here, so that's actually handy. Let me put this one in here. I'm not going to need that just yet. Adds to attack rating. I don't need attack rating right now. Fire damage to attack. Lightning damage. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Let's get rid of these boots. We're just going to try to clear the whole thing. And the thing about using a two-handed weapon is I give up a lot of defense. I'm less likely to block anything since I don't have a shield. And I will technically still attack slower even with Zeal, because this little hand axe is ridiculously fast. I'm not gonna say anything, Freddy. I mean, you've probably heard my opinions on Quake 4 before. But you let me know what you think. You do have to remember, Quake 4 came out about 7 or 8 years after Quake 2, so we're talking two very different eras of first-person shooting. So while it is a sequel to Quake 2, might not be exactly what you think it's gonna be. Or might not end up what you're thinking it's probably gonna be. But you tell me after you play it a little bit. And hey, Cole, welcome back. Yeah, I've got multiple forms of lifesteal as well, so if I can actually get some hits on enemies, my life just comes right back. Which is very nice. Freddy, I was gonna ask, what kind of controller are you using on your 360? You have a wired controller, or do you have one of the official wireless ones? Wireless was where, I should say 360 and PS3 is kind of where wireless became the standard. They became like, they were your stock controllers. So I don't know if you're using AA batteries, or if you're using like a play and charge kit. I know a lot of the rechargeable batteries from back then do not work very well anymore. So whenever I play 360, I just go wired with an official Microsoft wired controller. They're actually kind of nice because they're less bulky since there's no battery compartment. Guess I could start storing stuff in there, sort of. Yeah, if anyone that hasn't tuned into the last few episodes, Freddy just acquired an Xbox 360 for the first time. And so he's just now starting to dive into its library and explore it. I had an Xbox 360 on launch day, so it's so weird hearing somebody buy one for the first time. Like, man. That's cool. Well, that's what's fun about this hobby is constantly trying to explore some of these old libraries for the first time. It's part of the fun in this hobby. It's always been one of my favorite aspects of the hobby. One of my issues, though, is that I've been in it for so long, there's not a lot that I haven't already, like, toyed around with. Like, all the stuff I haven't messed around with yet is, like, super obscure, really expensive stuff. And some of it's not even all that interesting. Anything that was released in the mainstream market, though, I've pretty much have had experience with. I'm wondering if I should switch off. This is +3 dexterity, regenerate. Oh, that's regenerate mono, though. That is pretty good. Oh, the defense isn't even that much higher. Alright, we'll just get rid of it. Yeah, I always like hearing from people that are trying these things in their own personal collection for the first time. It's pretty cool. Exploring these libraries is, again, it's part of the fun of this hobby. +4 to strength, don't need it.
Hail to you, champion.
Alright, let me stash my cash. Freddy says he's got wired controllers for his 360. Cool, that's awesome, Freddy. Are they official Microsoft controllers for the wired ones? I really like my, one of the things with 360 is they're kind of notorious for having sort of poorly designed directional pads. But I found it depends on the era of the controller. If you have like one of the sort of mid-generation black wired controllers, the D-pad's a lot better than like the early wired white ones. I bet using a repeating crossbow could be fun. I'm guessing it's like a almost like machine gun style, maybe? I don't know, I'm just speculating. For anyone that's played the expansion pack and has done Act 5, can you sort of like describe what it's like? I've never actually seen it before. Since again, this was like my first time actually going, well, last week was my first time going through this game completely. But I will say Hell itself, it's not that big and it's not that interesting. I think Hell in Diablo 1 looks cooler. So I'm kind of curious what Act 5 is, and if it, like... if the game basically, like, climaxes on a higher note than this one does. Hey, Greg, welcome back. Oh yeah, Lost Odyssey for 360. Yeah, I've heard a lot of great things about that one. War Sword. That's right, it's one of those. First part of Act 5 is snowy and mountainy. Huh. Interesting. So you go to Hell, and then you come out of Hell, and you're back to more real-world type stuff. Interesting. Oh, you bought all that stuff on eBay, Freddy. Okay. If you look at like a copyright date on the back of the controller itself, that should tell you, I think, the actual like era it's from. You know, so the 360 came out late 2005.
Greetings.
But, you know, they were manufacturing that stuff until, well, past 2013, I think, so...
I am overburdened.
I don't even have 99 strength. Alright, let's just get rid of this stuff.
What do you need?
Might be able to start gambling here soon.
What do you need?
I need stamina. Alright, yeah, I think we're good to go. Let's see. I got this armor from Mephisto. Yeah, these are all just basically regular types of items. Act 5's hub is better than Act 3's, in your opinion. Okay. There are also ice caverns. Huh. That's interesting. I figured it would have been more hell-based environments. So you go all the way down to hell, then you come back out, and you're in mountainous areas. Strange. Well, I hope the act as a whole is fun, at least. I will definitely try it eventually. And I'll probably do it via the remaster. Alright, we might be getting close to Izual, however you pronounce his name. Last time I played, he was like right up here. But apparently, you know, he's one of those enemies that can kind of like spawn randomly. Sometimes he might be right here, other times he might be farther in. So we'll see what happens. Bale is going after the World Stone in the Barbarian Mountains. Okay. So that's how the story progresses. Gotcha. Oh, there he is. Alright, see if we can bait him out this way. Jeez, he hits really hard. I mean, this is where having, holy crap, I'm barely doing anything to him. Sheesh.
I can't carry it.
All right. Let's see. I'm actually, you know, I want to keep pumping might up, but I'm thinking about doing another one on zeal. It'll give us an attack bonus and an extra hit. And, I mean, my chance to hit is still pretty high. I've been pumping it in the stamina just for, or vitality just for my HP, but also
I am overburdened.
my stamina meter, which has obviously been kind of crappy.
Tyrion was a fool to have trusted me. You see, it was I who told Diablo and his brothers about the Soul Stones and how to corrupt them. It was I who helped the Prime Evils mastermind their own exile to your world. The plan we set in motion so long ago cannot be stopped by any mortal agency. Hell itself is poised to spill forth into your world like a tidal wave of blood and nightmares. You and all your kind are doomed.
Welcome to your doom. Okay.
How can one who was once so holy fall so far from righteousness?
All right, let me actually look at this real quick. Yeah, that guy was hitting so hard. That's exactly why I needed rejuvenation potions. Thankfully, he stopped hitting as consistently farther in, but yeah, that actually had me a little worried. We actually haven't died yet, for anybody wondering.
Stay a while.
I'd like to keep it that way if possible, but I don't think it's gonna last. I think we'll probably at least end up dying at Diablo. Okay, I can't really use any of those.
Hail to you, champion.
No, hail to the king, baby. Oh, let me actually see what he's got. For sale. 128, 157, 118, 17 versus 13. That's fire resist. I want fire resist for sure. See, I like this regenerate mana though. It's allowing me to not really have to use mana potions, and so that's kind of important. 146, 157, enhanced defense. I don't even know what the enhanced defense means. +4 to life. Okay, well, none of those.
Hail to you, champion.
No, hail to the king, baby. Duke Nukem fans, unite. Let's see. I was gonna say how many. Okay. Wow. Okay, never mind. I don't have any mana potions.
Thank you, hero, for putting Israel's tortured spirit to rest. May the light protect you and the powers of heaven shine upon your path. But if what you tell me is true, then I fear that we have been played for fools all along. Iswal helped Diablo and his brothers trick me into using the Soul Stones against them. Now the Stones' powers are corrupted. With the combined powers of the Soul Stones under their control, the Prime Evils will be able to turn the mortal world into a permanent outpost of hell.
The time has come for you to destroy Mephisto's Soul Stone. Take the stone to the Hell Forge. Place it upon the forge, and strike it soundly with the hammer. Only by doing this can you prevent Mephisto from manifesting in this world ever again.
Alright, so that's one quest down. 2 to go. Oh, you do get 2 skill points for that. Nice. Well, I am going to continue with... Oh, had to be... maximum level reached. Okay, so it caps out at 20. 230% extra damage. Or percent damage, potentially. That's right, we were talking about Vigor last night. But I haven't even, like, started with these, so... And if I'm lucky, we're only going to level up one or two more times, so... I'm just not going to even worry about these. Resist cold. Resist lightning. Resist fire. See, that would actually be handy, because Diablo does primarily fire attacks, but... I don't know, I'd like to be using might while I'm actually attacking him, so... We'll do another one with Zeal. I think 8 hits might be a little too much, but this should at least let us do more damage with it. And hopefully we'll find ourselves a waypoint out here. These swords are just so long, they take up an entire 4 rows, or 4 columns. 4 blocks vertically. Yeah, that's the right way of saying it. Oh, jeez.
What do you need?
It's not a lot of money.
I am overburdened.
Sort of. Kind of. Not really. Too much baggage. So one thing you can do in this game is if you want to try to just grind out forever, build your character up, you can do that by saving and exiting. When you come back in, all the enemies will have respawned. And sometimes it'll be a new set of enemies. Yeah, it's not always the same types of enemies when you play. Oh my god. Why? Why? I mean, I don't mind portaling out. Because I do want to build my money again, so I can try to gamble. Maybe we can get some decent items. Potentially.
Hail to you, champion.
Yeah, I do wish I just had better gems though. Like, I didn't get many of the skull ones. Let me put you in here, since I'm not using that. Replenish lifetimes to regenerate mana by 8%. Well, I've got... I don't know, I feel like this might be the better way to go. Yeah. Attacker takes damage of 4. Lightning resist up. Fire resist up. Fire is like killing me right now, so... I think that's the way to go. I'll hold on to that just in case. I think I've got lifesteal on 2 things. Okay. I do wonder what it's like playing as an archer in this game. None of my other things are socketed. Lies.
I can't carry anymore.
It won't even fit in there. Oh, jeez. Yeah, got a portal back. Am I following a specific build for this run? Yeah, sort of. They call it a Zeal Paladin, where you primarily just use the attack called Zeal. It allows you to attack multiple adjacent enemies with a single attack. That combined with a skill called Might, which boosts my damage output. We've actually maxed that out, so I'm doing plus 230% damage per hit, theoretically. So,
Hello.
yeah, a pretty basic build, nothing special. Alright, we'll go ahead and get rid of that helmet. Only I've got 2,800 for that. That was nothing. Should probably really only focus on grabbing magic items at this point. I just figured a lot of even like the standard equipment in this area would be better than any other area in the game, but I don't think it's making a whole lot of difference.
I can't carry anymore.
Alright, I need one more potion. Mana potion.
Hail to you, champion.
Yeah, these shields seem to be worth decent stuff. Oh, Okay, now I'm thinking. The shield does have higher defense. But this one's also socketed. I didn't even think about that. By being socketed, I can add some stuff from the cube. Not the cube, but my stash. Alright, let's go back. Might be worth sacrificing our money just to get those sockets. Because the thing is, earlier I was thinking of socketing weapons, but when you socket helmets and shields, it's totally different. Like, shield adds to all resistances. I'm thinking maybe that's what I should do. I think that might be our ticket. Yeah, I just lost money, but whatever. I mean, doesn't really matter. Yeah, Butch, yep. I've heard about the runes, and there's also like a deeper like crafting system of sorts, from what I understand. Yeah, so it's a 10-point difference to defense, but my resistances are way higher. So I think in the long run, that'll be a better choice. Hey, Liberal Arts Guy, welcome back. How are you doing today? I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of this belt, but I will store this shield here just in case.
Hail to you, champion.
Lay off the cigarettes, lady. Ooh, $12,000 for that. Yes, please.
Good day.
You want to get rid of these swords, Tim. Still going to hold on to that axe because it's mega powerful, but I don't really trust it quite yet. Great, your hair has been starting to regrow. I didn't know you were bald in any kind of way. What's the story behind that? I've been pretty lucky. As a 41-year-old, I still have all of my hair. Stamina shrines are the best shrines. At least for my character right now. Those halberds, they take up way too much inventory space. I just don't even bother with them anymore. We're just clearing out our map. Surprised I haven't hit a waypoint yet. You know what? I think there's a far fewer waypoints in this chapter. which is why I haven't actually found one yet. And there might only be like 2 or 3. Hey, Society, thank you very much for that. Society says, love these multi-part streams. Here's something for the Metroid Dread funds. Oh, dude, I don't do that. I can't do that, man. You know what? I might be able to borrow that game. My brother's roommate has it. I might not even need to buy it. But thank you very much for that, Society. We'll pretend like you donated it towards Mario Wonder, which I did buy last week, which cost me $60. And I do plan on streaming that probably over the next week, maybe. Maybe even later this weekend.
I can't carry anymore.
War Staff. War Gods.
I am overburdened.
Hello.
Lower Arts Guy says he noticed that his hair was receding a bit. Oh, gotcha. Monoxide and finasteride to stop that, and you're starting to regrow it. Oh, minoxidil? It actually works? I always thought that, like, hair regrowth methods, like, just never worked. That's cool. I'm glad it's working. That's awesome. Yeah, getting old kind of sucks. You know, you start losing hair, you start losing teeth, your hair goes gray if you still have it. I chipped a tooth last year just biting my nails because, you know, anxiety. I tend to do that. So I had to kind of force myself. I still haven't been able to get the chipped tooth fixed, but man, it was like, wow, this is permanent damage that I mean, yeah, I guess it is technically fixable, but man, it made me feel really bad. I was like, this does not make me feel good at all. Like, it's one of my front teeth, too, so whenever I smile, like, you know, you can see it. It's just right there. I hate it so much. Of course, they've got several unique enemies bunched up together. Yeah, my health was draining like crazy. Oh, man. Society says his teeth is his weakness. It's definitely hereditary. He flosses and brushes like crazy, too. Yeah, that is one thing I have to start doing more often. I need to be flossing, like, every day, but I do it just once every now and again. I brush every day, though. Sometimes twice a day. I've been trying to get into the habit of doing it twice a day. I don't want to lose my teeth like my dad has. Yeah, my dad's got dentures and like, ugh. I don't want to ever have to deal with those.
Stay a while and listen.
Hail to you, champion.
Wow. Burning through my potions. Alright, this game's starting to get mean. Doesn't help that these green guys are just constantly spawning other enemies, which means I'm getting ganged up more than usual.
I can't carry anymore. I am overburdened.
Good to see you.
Society says he let all of his YouTube memberships lapse because he needs to tighten up on finances. He'll probably spend more in super chats now. Oh, jeez. Yeah, I understand that, Society. I used to support like
What do you need?
10 to 15 different Patreon backers, or sorry, Patreon accounts, and I was like, I need to trim down to just like $4 or $5 a month. And so, you know, I chopped about, I think I only back like 2 or 3 backer, or I keep saying backers because I'm used to talking about Patreon from like my perspective as a content creator. But yeah, I stopped backing a lot of channels. Same with YouTube memberships. I think I only... Actually, I'm not a part of any memberships. Actually, technically, I'm a membership to my own... Or I'm a member of my own channel. Because that's the only way I'm allowed to test the features. It's so stupid. So I basically pay $1 to myself every month and give like 30 cents of it to Google directly. I'm basically paying Google 30 cents just to test the features every month. Because I need to be able to see what it's like from a user perspective. But yeah. Yeah, so I think I'm only a part of like 3 Patreon accounts at this point. I got rid of, well, for a while there, I'd even gotten rid of like streaming subscriptions and stuff like that. Like, I got rid of my Netflix and, you know, was trying to trim down on other things I was getting billed for every month. Like, I had a Microsoft Office subscription I just completely forgot about, and they want you to forget about it. Oh, and I forgot about it, so I ended up paying like $150 over the course of 2 years without even, like, you know, batting an eye at it. Got rid of that. You know, so I started heavily cutting back on things like that I just... I had a PS Plus subscription for just a little while, got rid of that. Yeah, trying to pull back on kind of like unnecessary things to free up, you know, funds every month. And it all adds up, you know. It's like Patreon. Yeah, I was only doing like $1 or $2 per channel. But it was still like $20 a month I was paying. Now I'm paying like $5 a month, you know. And by getting rid of some of my subscriptions, I was able to like free up another $15+ a month, $20 a month. Before you know it, like, you've chopped out a bunch of tiny little things, and there's an extra $80 a month you didn't have before. So, yeah, I totally get it. I would like to be able to back channels directly more often, because there are a couple of creators where, like, I will watch everything they put out. But I am also a YouTube Premium member. That's the only well, technically I did sign up for Netflix to watch Castlevania again, but I need to watch that and then cancel it, because I haven't watched anything on it since I signed up back in September. So, yeah, I need to do that. Free up that $15 a month again, or whatever it is. Yeah, I'm just not in a financial position yet to where, like, I think I can do that. And you know what? It's not even so much that I can't do it. It's more so that I do it, but I don't use it. Like when it came to Netflix, I canceled to begin with because I just was never using it. It's like, why am I paying this money every month? It's just kind of dumb. It's like I'm paying for like the one rare occasion where I just decide I want to watch Netflix that night. But it's like, I never decide I want to watch Netflix any night, because I'm just, you know, I'm busy with all my video game stuff, you know, my YouTube channel, and then I'm really busy with pinball, and I only have so much time, so. So yeah, it's wise to free up those funds and then, you know, bank that, put it towards something else that you're gonna actually use. And that applies to, like, backing content creators. Like, I mean, there were content creators I was backing. I hadn't watched any of their videos in like a year, yet I was still backing them. There were also some content creators I was backing where I was like, you know what? These are massive channels, like, with 1 million subscribers. Like, they don't need my monetary support. Like, they've got they've got plenty of other people that can help them out. Plenty of other people willing to help them out at higher tiers even. You know, they don't really need me. So that was how I justified some of that. But again, also, I'm a YouTube Premium member, so every creator that's monetized that I watch, they get a cut of my watch time. So, you know, I'm technically still kind of supporting them. And YouTube Premium revenue has gone up. It used to be like next to nothing, but now it's actually a substantial... Well, I wouldn't say substantial, but it is a noticeable chunk of any content creator's, you know, monthly revenue. So it is important. And so I actually feel pretty good paying for YouTube because, you know, my favorite creators that I did have to pull from, like on Patreon, are still getting something from me, you know? And of course, I still get the benefit of no ads. Which is helpful when I'm watching on like Xbox, because then I don't even think I can use an ad blocker on Xbox. I actually watch most of my YouTube from my Xbox Series X these days. It's basically replaced the old computer I had out there on the main TV. Yeah, no, it's all good, society. You don't have to justify it, man. I totally get it. I 100% get it. I don't ever expect anybody to monetarily support my channel, you know. I'm lucky that you guys are willing to. Some of you are willing to, and I'm grateful for it, but I do not expect it. No one should expect it, you know. I'm literally sitting here just clicking buttons and playing video games. It's not like this is hard work. Now, could I be doing better things with my time? Maybe I could be pushing my career forward. Maybe, but I don't know. So the tips are definitely appreciated, 100%. But, yeah, don't ever feel bad if you have to pull a membership or something. Yeah, you definitely you've always gotta watch out for your own financial security first and foremost, 100%. Like that's one thing I'm still trying to get better with. I made some bad financial decisions over the years, which have bit me in the ass, which has made my late 30s and 40s more difficult, way more difficult than necessary. And so that's one reason why I actually started cutting back on things like subscription services and who I back on online and whatnot. Yeah, and until I can get to a point where, like, I'm really financially stable, like, you know, I'll have to play it a little safe with, you know, when it comes to, like, frivolous spending. Basically unnecessary spending, you know?
Greetings.
Of course, I do spend my money on other things that are not healthy for me, and I won't get into that right now. That is something that I have to be constantly working on as well. Yeah, you gotta get your finances in order, though. Like, that's... I didn't realize that until just, like, a few years ago, and I tried to tell a friend about that who is in a similar boat, like, debt-wise and stuff like that, but he just doesn't get it, and I feel like he's gonna end up struggling until the day he dies. And that's really depressing, but hey, we're playing a depressing game, so I guess it works. So I don't want to be that person that, like, I'll be 60 and still, you know, knee-deep in debt, and I just can't get control of my life because I'm financially bound by this debt. Thankfully for me, I am paying off my stuff slowly but surely. It's all coming down, but super slow. And, but you gotta focus on it, and you gotta kind of make a game plan in a way. I actually saw a financial counselor earlier this year, and he gave me some really good advice, and it's actually helped me a lot. Things like paying off your lowest credit cards first, getting them closed out right away. It's called the debt snowball. Whereas the more bills you got completely paid off, you can start putting that money towards other bills, and then those other bills start paying themselves off a hell of a lot faster. So that's what I've been trying to do this last year in particular. So, but still, it's a very slow process. Doesn't happen overnight unless you somehow come into some kind of inheritance or you win the lottery. It's like it doesn't happen overnight. Or if you decide to part with some of your possessions that you don't want anymore. That's a way I've actually traditionally gotten bills down faster than usual. I'd start selling some of my stuff. Like, I'd look at my video game collection and be like, do I really need some of this stuff? No, you don't need video games. So not everyone's willing to do that, and it is hard, especially if you're really attached to your stuff and you've never done it before. Me, it's not quite as hard because I've always bought and sold. Like, well, this actually goes back to like really bad habits when I was younger, like reckless collecting habits, where I'm just trying to put you in. Oh, I can't even fit you in there. Okay. Where, like, I would reckless spend on video games when I was in my late teens and early 20s, and I never really got out of that habit, and that bit me in the ass. And so, basically, I'd end up at times where, like, I wouldn't be able to pay my bills, so I would actually have to sell stuff just to make ends meet. And so, I've bought and sold my collection 10 times over by this point, and so it's like, and also, as I get older, and I realize that, like, a lot of the stuff on my shelves aren't going to get played. Or they've been on my shelves for so long and I still haven't touched them, that I'm like, if I haven't touched them after 7 years of owning them, I'm probably never going to play them, And so, it's like, oh, I got to pay this bill off. Well, let me get rid of these few things I've had for 7 years that I haven't even touched. And then that lets me pay down some of my bills faster. So where's my durability? Like 24. Actually, let me go ahead and drop this back here. How much money do I have total? 108,000. Okay, so once we cap out at 150, I'm gonna do the gambling again. Society says he goes to Netflix and scrolls for 15 minutes and ends up not watching anything. Yeah, that was a real problem for me when I had Netflix for the first time. I would like pull it up before bed. I would scroll probably for more than 15 minutes because like it'll autoplay previews. And, yeah, it'll autoplay previews, and I'll just sit there, like, watching preview after preview after preview. Whether it looks good or bad, and I end up not picking anything, and then I get tired, and I'm like, okay, time to go to bed. Time to fall asleep. But yeah, that financial security, I mean, that's... Unless you, like, want to completely live off the grid, you kind of have to... You kind of have to get financially stable. Otherwise, life is always going to be difficult in our modern society. It kind of sucks. It really does. Obviously, I mean, I don't want to get too political. I'm actually not a super political individual, but I've just learned one of the big lessons I've learned personally is, like, at least in my area, if you don't get financially stable, you got a ball and chain dragging behind you your entire life, and that's not a way to live, basically, you know. You end up living to work and not working to live, and that's not, unless you're super career oriented, which I'm not. It's kind of a miserable existence, you know. So also, personally, I'd like to be able to get my video game hobbies online to a point where I don't need the money from it. But because of all the bad choices I've made, I've talked about this on my channel a few times, and because of all the bad choices I've made, and some that I continue to make, but I've been making way better choices financially recently, which is good. You know, you want to be improving. You know, I basically kind of need to make some money for my YouTube channel. If I'm going to spend all this time on it, it's like, yeah, I'm at a point where I actually do need the funds from it. And so I do treat it as like a part-time job. Like today I signed off work. I was like, all right, I'm going to go get dinner. I'm going to go see the parents and pick up some packages for them. And I'm going to go right over back to my apartment and start streaming. I'll stream till like 11 or 12 a.m. Then I'll take some melatonin, go to bed, wake up, and then go to my regular job. So I do actually kind of treat this like a part-time job. And I've also been trying to knock out this playthrough in this 1 week, so I don't have to like dwell on it too long. But it would be great to get like completely financially stable and just be like, you know, that few $100s a month I get from my internet stuff, just shut it all down. You know, shut down the Patreon, shut down the memberships, and then just kind of do it solely for fun. Because once you start taking money, like, you do start to feel totally obligated to the people that are giving you money. And so when I go too long without doing like dedicated content uploads or without doing live streams, I do feel guilty because it's like, well, people are giving me money. I do have to apply effort. I can't just take the money and run, you know. I wouldn't feel good about that. And there are creators out there that I had backed for a long time on Patreon, even though they didn't really post anything. They didn't even do live streams. But I knew that when they posted something, it was going to be good, and so I still supported them anyway. But I don't know, just for me personally, I feel weird taking people's money without delivering anything. You know, it's like, I've got to either be doing streams regularly or I've got to be posting dedicated videos regularly, that sort of thing. To justify, you know, people's investments into my channel. Now, I've always told people, don't expect anything in return by backing my channel, but honestly, it's just gotten to the point where I just personally feel bad if I don't provide anything, and so I force myself to provide stuff, even when I don't know. But yeah, it goes back down to that financial stability point. Like, you get fully stable, and then you don't even have to worry about stuff like working a part-time job or, you know. But if you're irresponsible, then it will bite you in the ass. And again, that's no way to live, basically. All right, rant over. All right, let me just portal out. I'm gonna have to get rid of this stuff anyway. Yeah, those are my words of wisdom for the night. I do think talking about finances and stuff like that is pretty important because we're not taught finances in school. I know I wasn't. And my parents, they didn't they didn't teach me about finances at all. So, you know, it led me to just be extremely reckless and honestly be an idiot with my money. Not as big of an idiot as some people, but big enough of an idiot for it to make a difference in my overall livelihood, you know. And how comfortable I am living in my area. So, all right, let's go ahead and make a rejuve potion. Alright, we're gonna make another rejuve potion.
What do you need?
Alright, let me do this first, actually. Oh man, another reason to try to become financially stable is this is something I've dealt with more recently, and it really, really sucks, is when you start having health problems and you're not financially stable, you're in a black hole of a money pit. Man, it's the American healthcare system. I've had to pay so much money because of conditions that were pretty much preventable, so that was another way I really stumbled and screwed up. You know, getting the diabetes, and with type 2 diabetes, which is totally preventable. Yeah, it's a long story. So let me stash my money. As you get older, if you don't make good choices and good decisions, it'll start to catch up with you in ways that you just don't understand or don't expect. Like you think, oh, okay, I've got certain bills. I got my car insurance. I've got car repairs. I've got, you know, maybe I've gotten into some credit card debt or something. I'm trying to pay that off. But then, like, you turn 40 and you get diabetes and you get all the symptoms. You get sent to the emergency room. And then you come out with a several $1,000 bill you weren't planning on. And then that leads to something else, because maybe you're like me and you're an idiot and you don't take care of yourself. And that leads to heart problems. And that's another many thousands of dollars out of your pocket that was completely preventable. So yeah, as you get older, things start biting you in the ass in ways that you just don't plan on. Because, like, if you're anything like me, you probably went through a lot of your life feeling like you were still in your 20s and acting like you were still in your 20s when the reality was you were not. But, you know, you felt mentally you were still there, and health-wise you thought you were still there, but no. Now you got all these problems, and now everything is snowballing. Oh my god! That was our first death. Oh yeah, I haven't... That's the funny thing you mentioned that, Society. I've been putting off going to the dentist just because I know it's gonna cost me money. And I'm like, I don't know, let me just keep brushing my teeth twice a day. I should start flossing more. Montgomery County Public Schools, they taught you nothing about personal finance. Oh, man. Alright, well, when I get back down there, I'm going to have to, put up a town portal. Oh, jeez. Oh, God. Dude, this sucks. I'm trying to pick up my body, and they're just all stacked on top of it. Man, that was a good run. We didn't die once. Alright, you guys come this way. I'm gonna hope for the best. These projectile-based enemies are just annihilating me. I lost all my rejuve potions. Ugh. There's way too many enemies down there. This is gonna be a real pain in the ass. Honestly, I didn't expect this sort of thing to happen, because, like, the whole run went so smooth. Yeah, and without my goods, I'm basically useless. Alright. Where are you? Where are you? Oh my god! Come on! Jesus Christ, man. I'm allowed to say that in this game. It's a game about freaking heaven and hell. It's actually the most fitting in a game like this. No! Are you kidding me? No, 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 no. This is not good. This is really not good. I might not be able to go anywhere. This is not how I was expecting this to end. Great, I don't have a belt. Oh, crap.
Champion.
Damn, I don't know how I'm gonna do this. Yeah, the problem was all those projectile enemies. They were just wrecking me. Alright, see ya, society. Have a good night. What? I was trying to attack! I got... the game glitched out on me right there. Sometimes you get, like, stuck on an object and it won't let you actually attack an enemy that's right in front of you, and that's what just happened. Wow, this is hot garbage, man. Well, I have a better idea. I didn't want to do this. But if we save and exit the game... Whew. This is actually... I think they implemented this functionality because in Diablo 1, when you saved exactly where you were. And there was no way to, like, get out of a bad situation unless you, like, started a brand new game with the same character. As in starting back from level 1. Not level 1 on your character, but, like, floor 1 of the whole game. There's 16 floors for Diablo 1. You have to go through all 16 floors again. But this... You can jump back in. I think my body will respawn here. There we go. Okay, so we've got our equipment again. It's not all bad. It's not all doom and gloom. But man, that actually really freaked me out for a second. I wasn't thinking. I was like, oh man, is this the end of the whole run? Oh, okay.
Greetings.
Availers is like crap. I joined at a bad time. No, you're good, man, and thank you very much for that fiber. Yeah, see new enemy types. I actually meant to put all this stuff down on my belt, and I totally forgot to. Oh, great. Now all these guys are back. Just like I said. Can you let me populate my belt, please? Jeez. Oh, yeah, Availer, thanks once again for that. Much appreciated.
Hello.
Goodbye.
What do you need?
Alright, you know, I'm gonna actually just stash those and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12. Oh, jeez. That was insanity. Actually, let's talk to her again. Ah! I thought I had multiple mana potions. Like, 6 of them. Alright, never mind. Hey, big dogs. Yeah, no, I definitely plan on finishing this. It's... This chapter is not that long. It's just dealing with the apparent difficulty spikes. Yeah, you know, I also just realized that I think I lost that badass axe because I had died, and so it dropped on the floor, but then I reset the game, and any item that was dropped on the floor goes away. God, why are these magic guys hitting so hard? Yeah, that's the thing. It's like I've gone through the whole game without, like, magic stuff, really. I mean, fire has been, like, the bane of my existence, but for the most part, the other stuff hasn't been too bad. Alright, I don't need you, book. Look at how many potions I had to use there. Alright, let's put you in here, because I'm going to save you for later. For when I've got more mana potions. These guys are just overwhelming me. There's way too many of them. I wasn't able to town portal either. Yeah, I think my Zeal build is backfiring on me. Alright, let's just go out.
Yes?
Hail to you, champion.
Half freeze duration. No, don't really need that. Alright, now that I'm actually dying, I have to really be careful with my money. So I definitely want to deposit that. When you die, you lose your cash. And that's never fun. But a strategy, too, is to just constantly drop, like, town portals. That way you don't get screwed having to constantly run back. Same strategy we were doing on the boss fights. Oh jeez, this is gonna be a pain. This guy right here, we encountered a similar guy to him earlier in the playthrough, and he's just such a pain in the ass. I'm trying to be selective about when I actually attack him. It sounded like he said "Gwar." Oh man. It's just becoming too much. Hell was really easy for me the first time I went through this last week. I figured this build would be more efficient. Hey, Phoenix, thank you very much for that. He says, hey, Austin and people. Alright, use the Hellforge hammer on the forge. Starting to have PTSD flashbacks of the projectile hell in the end of Diablo 1. Where Diablo turns into a bullet hell and you're just not equipped to deal with it. I'm gonna have to portal out.
Greetings.
What do you need?
I do wonder if, like, boosting my defense further would have helped
Do
me.
you need?
Yeah, it's not worth doing any of these. Alright, what was I gonna do again? I'm blanking out. We're gonna go back. Alright, so they want me to actually use this. Oh, it's not even that powerful. Oh, it's a one-handed... There we go. Alright, quest number 2 is done. Yeah, these are like perfect gems. So they're really good. Optic plate.
carry anymore.
Yeah, I guess he's right. Eh.
I am overburdened.
Man. Why are you gonna do this to me, game?
Hail to you, champion.
No, don't hail to me. I've already died like 3 times. Actually, probably more than that. More like 5 or 6 times, maybe 7. I mean, that's really up to you, Fusion. I mean, you can keep whatever you want. But generally, the gameplay loop is you get stuff, then you go and you sell it. That's how you get money. So that's really your call. It's like, these are things that are never going to be better than what I already have, so I'm just gonna get rid of them. And I do need to go stash my money, actually.
Hail to you, champion.
Stop saying that, because every time you say it, I want to say, "Hail to the king, baby." I love my Duke Nukem quotes. I guess my cube is maxed out too. Let's see. Okay, that's why. There we go. Alright, let's put those in my stash. And my durability does not go a long way in this area. Like, I don't even know if all resistances is really helping me right now. Just for grins, let's re-equip this, because that's a boost in defense. Let's just see what happens. If I start to get annihilated, then I'll switch back. I guess I should probably gamble again, too. I mean, so fusion, you hover your mouse over the item, it tells you what it is, what it does. So obviously your weapon, you probably want your damage to be as high of an average as possible. Like, I'm gonna hit at least 11 points worth of damage, or I'm gonna hit up to 18. Now, if I had another weapon that had all the same stats, except it was 3 to 18, there was the potential my hit would be 3 points of damage, which was obviously way less than 11. So, I mean, it's just simple stuff like that, really. And hovering over everything tells you what the item does. So there are some that are really good, like, this pickaxe here. It basically, like, every time I hit an enemy, I get hit points back onto my health bar. 5% life stolen per hit. Like, that's a really big one, because then you don't have to heal yourself as often. You're just healing naturally as you attack stuff. It's not rocket science, really. And what's cool, you can bring up your character menu, and as you equip and unequip stuff, like, notice my damage up here went just down to 3 to 6 points because I unequipped my weapon. Now it's 45 to 74 worth of damage I'm doing. So, like, you can just move stuff around. Your status screen is affected by this. Like, if I unequip my shield, you'll see my defense is going to go down to 42 or 242. Some of these have perks like poison length reduced by 75% or fire resistance. And that, if you look down here, it says fire resistance. It's at 57. Unequip it, boom, it goes in half. So this is actually helping my resistance to fire attacks. So basically, fire attacks will do less damage. It's pretty straightforward stuff, really. I mean, this one thing I like about Diablo is it's not really that complicated. There's just, I don't know, a lot of different items you get that have different perks, and obviously you want the ones that make the most sense to you. So, like, this is kind of like a low-level pair of gloves. I got it pretty early in the game, but it raises my maximum stamina, raises my maximum hit points, gives me lightning resistance, increases my attack speed. The overall defense is low, but all those other things I feel more than make up for the lack of defense. So that's why I'm still using it right now. So you just think about what makes sense to you. Like, you use logic. Like, now if people are incapable of using logic, then that's going to be a problem with this game. But really, it's pretty basic stuff. You just got to do some thinking as you play. And yeah, and it'll become, like, more natural the more you play it. But I do feel like Diablo is very user friendly, like, in terms of figuring stuff out, like what equipment does and how it affects your character, because you can literally just hover your mouse over everything, and even the menus are very user friendly. You just hover over everything and it tells you what it is. Those are my experience points. That's my stamina meter. These are my main attacks. or abilities. This is my HP. That's my MP. And then hitting H brings up a help menu. Which tells you what everything is. It's good game design, you know? So... Alright, I'm gonna get rid of these gems. You can see if you have a saved game, but I mean, what I might suggest is just starting a brand new game. I do find with RPGs, it's kind of like, if you haven't played in a while, and you reload a game like you had mid-progress ages ago, like, you'll just be lost. Be like, where am I supposed to go next? I find that, at least myself, I find that I have to just, like, restart the whole game if I take an extended break. Oh, that's right. I was actually going to try to gamble. Let's see what she's got. Yeah, none of these are going to do it for me. That's... No, we're going to have to come back. Alright, let's go back. Continue on, and hope for the best. Oops, used a potion by accident. I wish they told you what levels these enemies were. I think that also makes a difference. It probably affects like how much damage you do to them, things like that. God, these guys spawning enemies are the worst because, like, they'll spawn out like 3 enemies and there's gonna be multiples of those spawners on screen at once. Before you know it, you're surrounded by 15 enemies. Plus whatever regular enemies are still in the area, and it's just super overwhelming. And the amount of damage I'm taking from these projectiles is insane, too. Great Maul. Slow attack speed. That sucks. It's socketed, but it's slow attack speed. You feel healthy. I don't know if there's such a thing as feeling healthy when you're inside hell itself.
Congratulations, hero! Surely even Diablo himself sensed the fury unleashed when you smashed his brother's soul stone.
That was basically Deckard Cain's equivalent of GG, bruh.
Good day.
You know, it's kind of interesting. I found that
Greetings.
the overall story itself, I think, is cool, but I think the way it's executed in this game isn't really anything special. Like, the way, like, people talk to you and stuff like that, it's like a lot of the conversations are just super bare bones and basic. Like, Deckard Cain basically right there had a one-liner, and it was like, that's it? What am I doing? Alright, let's see what items they've got. Let's see if we can gamble. Oh, it's a two-handed weapon. Terrible? I mean, that's not bad, but there's no lifesteal on it. Oh, okay. Fast hit recovery, that's actually good. Enhanced defense, poison resist, 9% plus 3 to life. Damn it. That's actually, you know, earlier in the game I think it would be a decent helmet, but right now it's... If it had stuff like lifesteal and whatnot, that'd be one thing, but... I want my resistances up. Well, we gambled. We gambled away all our money, guys. Almost all of it. That's the way it goes. Yeah, and I'm still not sure which shield is better for me. I mean, I'm getting wrecked either way. Still need one more mana potion.
The time has come to hunt down and destroy Diablo himself. But beware, the Lord of Terror is not to be underestimated. He single-handedly destroyed the town of Tristram and corrupted the last noble hero who tried to stop him. This time, you must defeat him for good. Only by destroying the Soul Stone which he carries will his spirit be banished forever. Good luck. Though this be our darkest hour, it may yet be your greatest moment.
Yes, we're actually getting close to, I guess, Diablo's Sanctuary, so... Getting close to the end of the game. Yeah, there's a few pretty tough fights here.
Proceed, hero, into Terror's land. Know that Diablo's sanctum is hidden by 5 seals. Only by opening each of these seals can you clear your...
Come on, guys. I'm trying to talk to someone.
Proceed, hero, into Diablo's innermost sanctum is hidden by 5 seals. Only by opening each of these seals can you clear your way to the final battle.
Yeah, see, stuff like this is also, it kind of like, takes me out of the experience. It's like, hit these 5 switches to blah blah blah, I'm a tutorial, and like, and the 5 switches are all like right next to each other. It's like, seriously? You had to tell the player that after they've made it all the way to this point? But still, it's like, hey, new killer, he says Diablo 2's one of his all-time favorites. He beat it on hell. It was a super pain in the ass. Yeah, that sounds like it. This last part of just hell itself has been a pain in the ass, and I'm just playing on normal. I kind of don't even want to know what it's like on hell mode. Just get rid of those. So some things like boots for Fusion developer out there, some things like these, they're not going to be worth a lot of money. I'd rather save the space for something that is worth more. Now, these things like the mauls and the scepters, I've sold so many now, I know that they are more valuable, so I'll save those and sell them when I get back to town. But a really simple pair of boots, I'm not going to really care about that much. And actually, that kite shield I should probably drop. The other thing is there are different classes of items, and they are distinctly identified. So anything that is gray means it has sockets on it, might be worth more than a standard item. Anything with a blue description is a magic item, which is kind of like another tier up. So they are generally going to be worth a little more. But that pair of boots was just white text, which it's like, that's the lowest level base type of item you can get. It's got no special perks. So those are generally going to be worth the least. So if you have a bunch of magic items in your inventory, they're probably better to hold on to and sell than the standard items. But it also depends on the item type. I mean, again, scepters are worth more in general than boots or gloves. And you just sort of figure that out as you play. You know, you'll put the pieces together as you play. I think I've kind of screwed the pooch on skills. You know, we're just doing zeal, but... And honestly, the more zeal hits you have, you could actually kind of screw yourself in a way, because... you know, whenever you use zeal, you attack however many times the maximum is. And, you know, if you're gonna hit 9 times, you know, you could end up sitting there attacking and just whiffing on things and just being kind of like stuck in a attack loop, and enemies will just hit you from behind. So, kind of a risk versus reward thing. The reason I pumped my skill point into Zeal again is because I did get a small attack boost from doing that, so I figured I would just take the chance. God.
Hello.
Nothing to identify, huh? Oh, okay.
Hail to you, champion.
Yeah, see, 5,000 for that. Only a few hundred for that. New killer, what do you mean by EOA damage? What does that mean?
Hail to you, champion.
Oh, area of effect. Okay. AOE. Gotcha, gotcha. Okay. Can't gamble. I just don't have enough money. Nothing really worthwhile anyway. Lots of weapons I don't ever use. Yeah, these guys are ridiculously dangerous. I don't even remember them on my first playthrough. And that's the whole thing. It's like, you know, you'll get different, like, enemy draws. Like, you could, save and exit, restart, and you'll have, like, a totally different enemy lineup. But these magic users, they suck, man. It's really giving me bad flashbacks to the end of Diablo 1, where it's just like, it's a projectile fest, and you can't do anything about it. In the end of Diablo 1, I have to start playing really creatively. Start relying on, like, magic, even if I'm the warrior. as I'm playing as the warrior in that game, I'm still trying to boost my magic abilities just for the end game. Because as a melee character, it's like, projectiles are, like, my greatest weakness, basically. I almost can't do anything about them. I just have to tank the hits. And that's very frustrating. But yes, we are very close to Diablo himself. Oh, man.
I am overburdened.
You always had a town portal close by in this place. Yeah. I set mine towards the beginning, and this place isn't that big, so I'm like, I don't mind running back. But yeah, I mean, that's just a great idea in Diablo 2 in general. Like, if you do happen to die, it just makes returning to the area so much easier. And it's crazy how you can even do it on boss fights. Alright, there are going to be some, like, unique enemies up here that are just extremely dangerous. Alright, let's go ahead and just warp back out. Hey.
What do you need?
I need a friend. You walk up to her, she's like playing magical solitaire. Like, ah. Hell's about to take over the world, and you're playing games on your magical tablet? Screw it. I don't feel like going to Kane. It's actually not a bad item. Wow, split mail for $195,000. I've never even had that much money. Because that requires you to start having a lot of money just in your regular inventory, not even your stash.
Hello.
Hello. This is some goofy looking gauntlets. They look like punching gloves. Here's one. This is like what I'm talking about. That guy in the beginning, he's like, "Oh, hit the 5 switches," and they're just all right next to each other. Oh my God, are you serious? No, that's not what I was aiming. Not what I was hoping for.
I can't carry anymore.
You can carry plenty more. Ah.
Good to see you.
This game, this game.
Hail to you, champion.
New Killer says that Paladin is one of the harder classes. Yeah, you know what's actually really funny? The first time I tried beating this game, like 15 years ago, I got stuck on Duriel. And yeah, I thought the same thing. I'm like, man, maybe I just picked the wrong class. But this playthrough, the first 3 chapters were like a total walk in the park. It wasn't until I got to Hell that he started becoming challenging, or the game started becoming challenging again. So, I don't know. I feel like a lot of it is also about how, like, you spec your character and what your equipment drops are like. Like, Zeal plus Might for this playthrough has been really, really good. Until here, where it's not been really, really good. Both an amulet and a ring at once. Yeah, I've got no mana at this point. I don't want to use any rejuvenations. Oh, great, I'm screwed. Yeah, I knew that was gonna happen. This purple guy, man. And the magic guys. Yeah, I read that too, New Killer, where if you're a magic class, like, you don't have to worry about attack rating. And that's really interesting. Hi, everybody! Body, where are you? No, why are you attacking them? I didn't click them. Oh my god. Some of this game is super jank though. Like, I'll be clicking off away from enemies, yet he'll still start attacking dudes. Like, I totally just got screwed right there. Ugh. Yeah, since I lost my belt, I don't have my multiple slots anymore. I just need to run in, get my body, and then run out. Yay! This is so, like, not fun. This is the exact definition of not fun. It's one of the things I always hated about Diablo 2, and it's why I stopped playing the game back in the day, is, like, I died at Duriel, and of course I wasn't smart enough about what I should have been doing in the game, like, oh, drop a town portal, blah, blah, blah. But, like, you die and you lose all your stuff. And it's just, it's massively discouraging. Go in the portal! In the portal! Oh my god, that's the type of shit I'm talking about. Okay, let me chill out, Austin. Fucking chill out. Oh my god, this is pissing me off so much right now. Ugh! Drops a portal, tries to go in, starts attacking enemies because it prioritizes the enemies even though you're clicking on the big blue freaking thing right in front of you. Ugh. Ugh. I'm gonna take the waypoint back. I'm not going to that town portal. Yeah, don't go up the stairs, go down the stairs. It's the exact same kind of thing that's happening here. That's what's frustrating about it. Geez, like, our parts 1 through 3 went so smooth. I was expecting this to just go buttery smooth as well. I was not expecting to run into, like, have such a major roadblock.
Do you need?
I'm getting really hungry too, and that's crazy because I ate a big dinner before doing this stream. Like, I went to Subway, I had a salad, I had a bag of chips, and then I went over to my mom's house to grab a package, and she was like, hey, we're making street tacos. You want some? And I was like, yeah, that'll fill me up. Oh, man. And now I'm freaking starving. Like, it's not, I'm getting hangry. Which is ironic because the last 3 streams I did of this game, I went a really long time without, like, any food, and I felt fine. It's ass backwards. Ugh. Pardon my French, by the way. Maximum magic damage reduced by 1 plus 9 maximum stamina. Lightning resist 40. Is my lightning resist still maxed out? It is maxed out. I mean, I might even just take that. Well. No, I mean, I need my mana. Damn it. Oh, how are you doing, DG? You came in at just the right time. Just the right yelling time. That's right, I wasn't gonna take that. Oh, crap. Seriously. I thought the waypoint was closer. Ah, damn it. You say that's partly why you never completed Diablo 2. It was way too long and frustrating as hell. Yeah, I mean, it's a huge reason why I didn't finish it back in the day. Like I said, I just gave up. Now, one of the reasons I decided to try it again, I was talking to a friend, and I'm sure I've told this story a few times over the last week, where I was talking to a friend, I told him about how I died at Duriel, and he was like, and I told him, oh, there's no way to, like, respawn the enemies and just grind out to level up and get equipment back, you know? And he was like, oh, you do know you can save and quit, right? And then all the enemies will respawn, and I had a light bulb moment. I was like, no, how did I not know that? No one told me that. Because this is like before like I was looking at YouTube walkthroughs and stuff like that, you know? I would just try to figure everything out on my own. And yeah, I could have looked up like game FAQs, but for some reason it didn't like dawn on me to do that. Maybe just because like I got my ass beat so hard at Duriel that I just got discouraged, you know? But yeah, basically I just got discouraged. I never went back. Which is a real bummer because like the original Diablo is one of my all-time favorites. Alright, come on people. Let's bring you out this way. Yes, it's very good to know, Fusion. If you struggle, just save and exit. All the enemies will respawn, and you'll get experience points for them, so you can basically grind out. If you play and you go straight through, you'll probably be at around level 25 to 27 by the time you finish the game. But if you choose to save and exit and spend a lot of time grinding, you could be much higher. So, yeah, it's a very good tip. But also making sure you use town portals to your advantage. Like, I didn't think to use a town portal in Duriel's lair back in the day. Which, guess what would have happened? I would have been able to just run through the portal, grab my stuff, spawn another town portal, then run back out. Also, if your body is stuck somewhere, if you save and exit, and when you reload, your body and all your equipment that you had equipped will be there just in the middle of the town. That is something else I didn't know about either. So yeah, there's actually a lot of really good information like that that's not obvious unless, like, you bust out the instruction manual and you read it, which, don't even think I had the instruction manual for it back in the day. 15 years ago when I tried it. No, I didn't have one. I had the jewel case. I didn't have the instruction manual. There's no instruction manual in the jewel case. There's a larger manual in the box itself. Did I already drop a town portal? I don't think I did. I should probably... Oh, yeah, there it is. Okay. Hey, Butch, thank you very much. Yeah, we're getting very close to Diablo. Just one more plate here, and then he'll come out. Yeah, see, DJ, this is where I crack open a beer and just start a brand new game. Like, the early game is so much more fun. At least with the melee character, I guess. Alright. Yeah, it's actually kind of crazy. My attack rating is pretty high, yet I'm still whiffing so often. I'm whiffing way more than, like, I should be. Alright, Diablo is going to appear.
Not even death can save you from me.
Good to see you.
Ah. Oops.
Hail to you, champion.
No, hail to you, Mr. Blacksmith Merchant Dude. Need 100 strength for that. Alright.
Hail to you, champion.
Hail to your wares, raspy sounding merchant lady person thingy. Let's deposit my money. I've got, you know, I wanted to have lots of rejuvenation potions, but yeah, that plan backfired. Backfired big time. basically what I'm going to do is just hit Diablo a few times, heal as much as I can, town portal, and then go back to town, rinse and repeat. Yeah, I've got one rejuve. It's not going to make a big difference. Diablo, where are you? Do 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 do. I should probably let my stamina. Whoa! Okay, there he is. That attack is pretty nasty. You know, you can stop freezing me. That'll be great. You're a hell monster. You shouldn't be casting ice. Oops. Finish him.
I am overburdened.
And what sucks is you only have like 90 seconds to get back to town and talk to people. The game ends automatically. It is so weird. They apparently fixed that in the expansion.
I knew there was great potential in you, my friend. You've done a fantastic job. Though my ancestors often struggled against the three evils and their minions, I've always lived a shut-in, scholarly life. I'm glad that my wisdom aided you. Now, I wish to leave this place. Though heaven's gates are a marvel to behold.
Hey, right on, Sean Connery knockoff.
Praise be to the light. You have accomplished the impossible. Diablo and Mephisto have been banished back into the black abyss that spawned them, and the corrupted soul stones are no more. You've done well, hero. For now, you should rejoice.
Anticlimactic.
Hello.
Hurrah! Ooh. Yeah, Cole, the lack of storage space is definitely a bummer in the original version, yeah. It's more flexible in the expansion. Alright, I'll let this play out.
I heard later that he was defeated.
Soulstone were destroyed in Hellforge. All except one. Oh, I failed, Tyrael. I couldn't do as you asked. I couldn't enter that gate. Forgive me, Tyrael. Forgive me. Marius, give me the stone, and all is forgiven. Give it to me, Marius. Take it. Take it, take it. I'm glad this is finally over, Tyrael. Look what the stone has done to me. You haven't failed, old man. You've done exactly as you were meant to do. However, I am not the Archangel Tyrael. Well, no. You have done well, Marius. Now I think you shall have your reward. I've done to deserve.
Congratulations, you have vanquished Diablo. YouTube will henceforth be known as Sir YouTube. New Killer says, fun fact, if you don't save Cain and Tristram, he just shows up in Loot Ghislaine. Really? Are you serious? They probably figured that, like, the game would be, like, too hard if Cain wasn't there to identify stuff. Oh, man. Yeah, I mean, it's a little anticlimactic. I mean, the game is still fun. Jay said he thinks the first game is still his favorite out of all of them. Yeah, I mean, Diablo 1 is an all-time classic. I don't really have too many faults with that one. It's got some similar like quality of life issues, like, you know, the manual inventory management, but I don't know, like I've said multiple times over this playthrough, I just find the focused nature of Diablo 1 to be a lot more engaging for me. Diablo 2 kind of like meanders. It's just, gets very repetitious. It's very long. You know, it's at least 2 to 3 times as long as Diablo 1, maybe 4 times, depending on how you play. Whew. Man, oh, Society, I got pretty ticked off near the end. I had some frustrating things occur at Diablo's lair, but yeah, we still did it. Well, I'm glad to at least have finally knocked this out on my channel. You know, I've had a bunch of people ask about this over the years. You know, because I did 2 streams of Diablo 1, and in both those streams, you know, people are like, when are you going to do part 2? When are you going to do part 2? And, so, I'm glad I was at least able to knock this one off my bucket list. I am looking forward to playing the expansion pack eventually. I think I've kind of had my fill of version 1.0. The expansion pack just changes so many things that makes it a much more enjoyable experience, apparently. And also, next time I should probably try to focus on like a magic user, since the game's theoretically a good bit easier with them. You can also apparently teleport all over the place if you have certain skills set up correctly. New Killer says rune words are overpowered. Nice. Does anybody know how long Diablo 3 is? I can't imagine I would stream that here. I feel like if Diablo 2 takes you 20 to 30 hours to go through, Diablo 3 is probably way longer. You know how those modern games are. They can be a little bloated. But if it's more like Diablo 2, where it's, like 20 or 30 hours, and maybe I could try it, but with the intent to stream it here eventually. But, I don't know. Friday, like I said, I picked up Super Mario Wonder on the Switch. So I do want to do a blind stream here on YouTube. I might try to do that later this weekend. As far as other stuff, you know, I do want to try to, do a couple of focused, dedicated videos. Got sort of a channel update I want to do. I've got a Q&A I want to record. Maybe Castlevania Adventure on Game Boy. And then maybe some Mario games as live streams. Maybe get back to practicing Final Doom, Plutonia Experiment. So I can do a stream of that here. You gotta remember, Society, I had to buy Metroid Dread, and I'm not completely made of money. I bought a bunch of stuff this last week and a half. Mario Wonder being one of those, and so I'm probably not gonna buy any more video games for a little while. Freddy says Diablo 3 is a cakewalk. Once you get your character to like level 10 or 20, you just win the rest of the game. So it's like mindless fun. Yeah, that's what it felt like when I first played it, and I think that's the reason why I gave up on it. Now, don't get me wrong, like I complained a lot in Diablo 2 about some of the difficulty, but honestly, some of the difficulty came from its jank. Not necessarily that because it was like actually like intending itself to be challenging, like it was designed to be challenging. No, I just got like, again, I was clicking on that town portal, and instead of going into the freaking town portal that was right in front of me, he was attacking enemies behind the town portal. Like, I got that difficulty occurred because of just bad game design, basically. So that was frustrating. That's the frustrating kind of difficulty for me. And then the fact that, like, you know, when I got on that staircase in hell and enemies basically just like funneled into it, it's kind of crazy to think that like when you die, they don't just like reset to their original positions or like run backwards. You know, that way you can hit the staircase and then actually work your way back into the area and try to like, herd the enemies around in like a pattern to get back to your body. That would be interesting, but no, I had to save and exit, respawn everyone just to get my body back with my equipment, and like stuff like that. That's like legit frustrating. Diablo 1's got some issues like that too. Like I said, you can get completely roadblocked in Diablo 1, and you have to literally start a brand new game with the same character if you want to try again. Now, I feel like Diablo 1, you're probably not really intended to beat the game on your first try. But still, that can be very frustrating, too. I remember when I did my first Diablo stream on YouTube, I had to, like, use the dupe cheat to start duping, like, rare items just to sell them, just to get potions, just to be able to beat the game. It was a little frustrating. It made for an entertaining stream experience, I think. But it was, yeah. Diablo 1 is definitely not perfect, that's for sure. But I wish that some of the issues that could occur in the first game were, like, fixed in part 2, but I almost feel like some of those issues are exacerbated in this because of how fast everything moves. Everything is, like, more chaotic in this. But not necessarily in, like, a good way. I think some of the jank just sticks out more because of, like, the faster nature of the game and how quickly everyone runs at you and blah, blah, blah. DG says Diablo 3 is 18 to 20 hours. Okay. Well, if I play through it and I like it, yeah, maybe you guys will see a Diablo 3 stream. But I don't know. I think I've Diablo'd out for a little while. I think I'm going to give it some time before I even think about, like, jumping back into another one. I'm guessing all these are, like, beta testers. I wasn't paying attention. Maybe they're, like, Battle.net testers. Like, open beta or something. It is cool being a beta tester for a video game, because on a lot of them you do get into, like, the end credits, which is cool. My name's in the Painkiller credits because I did the, not open betas, but the closed betas. I was in the closed beta for that. Even though my system could barely handle it at the time. But it was, I'm sure, whatever stats they got for me were useful in the end. Alright, New Killer, have yourself a great night. Thanks for the compliments. Thanks for hanging out and providing some info. Yeah, DG, with Diablo 3, I would probably have to reinstall it. I think I may have uninstalled it. Let me actually, let me check that real quick. Let me see if it's still on my computer. Yeah, I don't think I have it, but I've got Diablo 1 Beelzebub. That would be interesting to play on stream. Beelzebub is a really cool mod for Diablo 1. It, like, turns it into, like, a totally different game. Let's see. Hard drive, hard drive, hard drive. Where else do I need to look? I guess I can go to my start menu. No, I uninstalled Diablo 3. It was just taking up space. I hadn't played it in a couple years. So I'll have to bust up the Blizzard launcher and re-download it. Oh well. That's not a huge deal. Yeah, DG, I will, I'll just link it to you. Hold on a second. It is spelled weird. It's really cool. It adds full widescreen support to Diablo 1. Actually, you know what? I actually posted a video on one of my side channels just a few weeks ago. It was like an old stream archive. I'll link that stream archive so you can like skip around and actually see what it's like. Yeah, I think I played it for like 4 or 5 hours on that stream. Yeah, almost 5 hours. It's pretty sweet. Oh, man. Alrighty, guys. That is going to do it for me. Thank you so much for hanging out over this last week as we knocked out these four parts of the playthrough. Do appreciate it. Turnout wasn't crazy good or anything like that, so I do appreciate the folks that hung out as I did this. This was a big one. I don't do multi-part playthroughs like this for the most part, so it kind of took it out of me, but I'm glad it's over and I'm glad we went through it. I'm glad I can say I've beaten Diablo II twice now. Definitely a bucket list game. So, but that is going to do it for me. I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. And yeah, I'll make sure the archive's up sometime tomorrow. If you missed parts 1 through 3, just go to my channel, go to the live section, and they'll be there. All those archives are up, so if you want to go and catch up, you can do that. But yeah, I'm out. Thanks once again, and until the next one, take it easy.